Hello, hello, hello. Big NBA trade news right now. The Clippers are trading Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, and a future second round pick to the Trailblazers for Norman Powell and Robert Covington. Woj tweeted this out like an hour ago. This is this is a crazy trade. The Clippers absolutely robbed Portland in this trade. Norman Powell is an amazing addition to this Clippers team they've already been like playing pretty well even without like Kawhi all year and Paul George has been out all year. They're about a 500 team right now, but this is like highway robbery for the Clippers. Cuz Portland this is like the worst package you could get. And they got Robert Covington too, a really good 3 and D player. Um yeah, this is highway robbery. Eric Bledsoe, this is his last year of his deal. He's an expiring backup point guard. Justice Winslow, also I'm pretty sure this is his last year of his deal as well. If I'm not mistaken. This is a really bad trade for the Portland Trailblazers. I'm going to take the perspective of a Raptors fan here because that is what I am. We traded Norm. We traded Norm for Gary Trent Jr. last season, and that's already a steal. Gary Trent has been playing amazing recently. He had 5 games in a row with 30 plus points and 5 plus threes, which is insane. And he's much younger than Norm, and it just made sense for us. And at the time, it somewhat made sense for Portland because they were still trying to buy into the Dame and CJ combo, and Norm was like a good scoring option for them. But it just didn't really work out because Norm is too small to play small forward. But you can't really put him on the bench because then, like, why did you trade for him? So it didn't really work out, to be honest. And now they're trading him and Robert Covington, and they traded for Robert Covington. They gave up 2 first round picks, if I'm not mistaken. So they're giving both of them away to the Clippers for Eric Bledsoe, which is basically nothing for them because they have Dame. He's just not playing right now. Justice Winslow is also not that big of a deal for them. Keon Johnson is a young rookie. I don't really know much about him, but he hasn't been amazing. He's only been averaging like 3 points. But I mean, you basically traded Norm and Robert Covington just for Keon Johnson and a second round pick. You basically traded Gary Trent Jr. for Eric Bledsoe. And that's a big L. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. For why the Blazers did this, I can only assume it's for money reasons because they did sign Norm to a big 5-year contract and they wanted to get him off the books, I suppose, which it makes sense, but I feel like Norm is pretty high value around the league as like a good scoring shooting guard small forward who can play like pretty good defense for his size. Like, I feel like you could have gotten much more for him if you just wanted to, like, dump his money away to somebody. And Robert Covington, like, why did you even trade for him if you were just going to include him into this? Like, I'm sure some other team would have given you a first-round pick for him for sure. Yeah, this is kind of disgusting for Portland. Like, it only makes sense from the money sense. It doesn't make sense from the player sense. Yeah, this is a bad trade for Portland. They could have gotten much more, and I feel like they should be selling. Because if you do this, like, you have to do another trade. You have to do something more than just this, and this seems very much like a selling move. For the Clippers, however, this is amazing. Because now the Clippers can have a 5-man whenever they're all healthy, obviously. They have Reggie Jackson, Norm Powell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Zubac, and then off the bench they would still have Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, Amir Coffey, Isaiah Hardenstein, Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris, no, they're not Keon Johnson anymore. But yeah, that would be a really dangerous team, not gonna lie. Obviously once they're all healthy. So this was a good move for them because they basically gave up like nothing. Yeah, this is a big L for Portland.